Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word.
But this I say, he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. So let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 6 through 8. I recently read of a painter who learned some valuable lessons from one of his painting jobs. Here are his reflections on the completed job. Now, the paint I use is a rather special kind of paint which is guaranteed not to drip. This, of course, is a very useful quality in a paint. But it is also thick, not too liquid in nature, almost like a jelly, and there are right ways and wrong ways of using it. From that paint I learned certain lessons, and they are lessons not only for painting, but also for life. First, I learned that you must know how to do a thing, or your work will be quite ineffective. I must learn how to use this paint. Normally, in painting, you can sweep the brush backward and forward like a pendulum, but you cannot do that with this paint. If you draw the brush in one direction, you lay it on, but if you sweep the brush backward in the reverse direction, you promptly brush it off again, and so you get nowhere fast. But if you keep laying it on, always in the same direction, you get a wonderful result. It is always necessary to learn how to do a thing. Somehow or other, the word technique has become a word which many people rather despise, but whatever we are doing, from painting a room to preaching a sermon, if we neglect and despise technique, we may well ruin the most excellent material and get the poorest results when we might have otherwise had the best. It is very essential to get knowledge, but it is at least as essential to learn how to use that knowledge in the right way. Second, I learned that you cannot paint in a hurry. If you hurry, it might look all right while the paint is still wet, but when it dries, it is streaky instead of even, and the underlayer of paint shows through. It is a thoroughly unsatisfactory job. Haste is hopeless. What about you today? Can you learn some valuable life lessons from this painter? Can you appreciate the fact that in order to be successful in any endeavor, one must take the time to truly know how to do the task at hand, and that he must be careful to avoid getting in a big hurry? Why not apply these life lessons to your experiences today?
This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
Oh, sacred head now wounded. Oh, sacred head now wounded. With grief and shame weighed down. With grief and shame weighed down. Now scornfully surrounded. Now scornfully surrounded. With thorns thine only crown. With thorns thine only crown. How art thou pale with anguish, with sore abuse and scorn. How does that message which once was bright as bright